here today to welcome Grahame Farmer to our Ibiza Burlesque Festival virtual edition. And what better name to speak to about the lockdown experiences and the way that music has really risen to the forefront with live streaming than Grahame Farmer from Data Transmission. How are you doing, Grahame?
Hey, how are you?
It's so wonderful to have you online. I've been really impressed with all of your particular activity going on to Twitch and a partnership you have with them. And just, I felt like the music industry really came into their own with using live stream and starting to get really innovative when we couldn't be in clubs during the pandemic. So do you have any things you want to share about what you've been working on, or a little bit about your career and how it's sort of changed in particular in these last 2 years with lockdown?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I love the live stream thing. Like, I literally, as soon as we were going into lockdown last year, I was like, we're making loads of content about live streaming because people should be doing it because, you know, they need to entertain, even if it's just them entertaining their mates. Like, you know, like when you can't be with anybody, like the live stream doesn't have to be the massive thousands of people that you see some of the big artists doing. It could be just you to your, you know, 10 mates that, you know, that you're very close to. It could be that simple, you know. It doesn't have to be everybody, you know.
Yeah, no, I know. I think technology really brought us all together, and I was checking out major DJs that I would love to be at a festival to hear, but I was just cranking them up on my, you know, home speaker system thinking this is still cool. You felt kind of comforted with all of that contact with the music industry.
Yeah, there was like last year. I mean, last year was just, it was when it all started off, it just became like booze fest, didn't it? Everyone just like booze fest. Every weekend was like drinking, watching live streams, and slowly it kind of calmed down a little bit. But now I just kind of, like, I dive into them. Like, I wake up in the morning and just dive into some on Twitch and see what's going on and see if I go and watch other creators on Twitch to see what they're doing and see, like, I'm looking at their scenes and I'm looking at how they're looking at if they've got certain app bots running or anything. Like, yeah, I fully love watching them now. It's cool.
No, yeah, so that was a crazy year and like massively affected the dance music scene and electronics, you know, makers and creators. So did you find Data Transmission took a new trajectory? How did your team manage this new world that we all were propelled into?
You know, we really didn't. We just carried on doing exactly what we've been doing. We've been kind of focusing on artists and labels and coaching artists for like 2 years before lockdown happened. We'd been using Zoom for 2 years before lockdown. I've been working from home for 10 years. So we just kind of like carried on. We just, yeah, we didn't really, like, everyone's kind of going, oh, what's going on? We were just like, okay, let's just crack on, you know, like,
right.
We took on more clients. Like, beginning of lockdown, we took on more coaching clients because there was loads of DJs kind of sat at home and wanted to kind of, they still have releases and still have music going on and weren't spending money on going out. So they were like, right, I'm going to advance my career. So we did loads more teaching. Like, our workload was ridiculous. We were trying to do a lot more than we should have done. We've definitely scaled it back in the last probably 8 months, 9 months maybe now. Like,
yeah,
right at the beginning of lockdown, we were like just trying to beat everyone to everyone, and I was just like, this is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now we're trying to really focus on what makes us money for starters, and what content is actually doing something for us instead of, like, there's a big tendency to write loads of content and write about loads of music,
yeah,
and doesn't really help us as a website and a brand and a kind of or build our channels. So now it's been a case of, right, what is this? If we're going to support this record and get behind it, then is it helping us as well, or is it just because we love it, or is it, you know, is it on our channels that we can help it, we can really push it, or is it just a record we like and it'll go in our playlists and that's going to help it still, you know?
Yeah, that's amazing. So do you think music united people during lockdown and continues to in new ways?
I think it's done both. It's like it's broke a lot of people apart. It's like there's like you don't have to go on Facebook to see how many people are arguing about something or other. I find it like it's like there's so many people trying to be negative with each other, which is a little bit sad. Obviously, a lot of people have been affected from a work point of view and have lost their jobs, and so that's been quite hard. A lot of people just disagree with people's personal choices and their personal opinions, so that's not been great. And then they're attacking each other, which is obviously not great. But still, there's still like great records being released, and you only have to see from the like last weekend's bank holiday in the UK, where there's so many festivals and so many packed out festivals. So like I was saying to my other half, like, so we were going, this so and so festivals on this weekend, so and so, and they were like, no, it's already next weekend. And we're like, no, it's on this weekend as well. And like there was literally probably 20 festivals last weekend, and they all looked packed, and they all looked amazing. They all look like, yeah. So we have to see obviously how that's going to affect, COVID cases numbers, because people are getting it. Like I had it 4 weeks ago, so. Did
you?
Yeah.
Gosh. That's really.
And it's not fun. It's a horrible, I had to sit in the room for 10 days on my own and cough down the phone and to my missus, and she couldn't help me, and it was just you're literally, it's a lonely virus that you just have to deal with on your own and find a way to deal with it.
Yeah.
Me and the sofa fell out a couple of times, and
the sofa has been my best friend. The sofa, Netflix binging and live stream, because Ibiza has been on hold really for these 2 years now. So we've transitioned everything virtually, but Elro and Kiss FM have been doing some awesome live stream installations. I really liked Elro. They did a full like dress up at home and make your home an Elro party.
That was cool.
That was very cool.
I love Elro, and I love what they're doing on Twitch. And a big shout out to Katie Knight, who does stuff for Elro, does interviews for Elro. Like, I love they're on Twitch and they're hammering it. I love, like, it's one of my favorite places. Like, that's why we built our disco shed, and why we have like a box of inflatables and literally on my studio, my Twitch studio is in my disco shed, and some of the stuff in there is from Elro, and some of this. We were going to take we were actually going to take my disco shed to Elro Town in London last year. It was like we were going to be one of the installations, but so hopefully that can happen next year. Hopefully we'll be back on again, and we'll have our disco shed there, but we'll see.
Yeah, and so the Boost program I was really interested in too, because I think you're right. People get so lost in this massive industry, and it's like, where do you turn? Do you focus on social media? If you do, is it one or more platforms? So you have been mentoring DJs under your Boost program, and it's just growing from strength to strength. Do you want to talk about the idea behind that?
Yeah, so like, when was it? 2016, 2017. I started working with a young artist, maybe 2015, somewhere around there, 2016, 2017. I started working with a young artist, and literally he just came around my house, and I was helping him get some music signed, and I'd take him to festivals with us and put him as my plus one. So we'd come all the backstage. You got to learn how to network properly and like hang out and meet loads of people, and just literally all of the stuff that when you're not making a record, like the record part, cool, but everything else that's like building your social media and teaching them how to use SoundCloud and all these sort of things that just need, all these little things that just need help with, like all of the the music business part of the stuff, and how to send demos, and how to how to get what to do when they send yes, and should you take a deal if you don't, if it's the right deal for you, at the right time, like all this kind of strategy stuff. I was just kind of teaching, like, not really, I was just sort of telling him, like, because it was kind of coming out of my head, like, because I'd done it for years. I'd known it all, and like, I had all the contacts from running DT for 14 years now. So like, I spent pretty much 3 years doing that. Then he got loads of his track signed to a massive label, and then he kind of just was like, right, I'm done now. I'm going to go off on my own and try and do it on my own now. And I was like, at the time I was like, oh fuck, I'm pretty gutted. But then like, it took me about a couple of months. Then on reflection, I was like, I know quite a lot. Like, like yeah, I know quite a lot. And I've just taught it to this kid. And I was like, well, if I can teach one person, I could probably start teaching more people. And then at the same time, I saw loads of YouTube videos of people kind of doing how to on YouTube, and really got into kind of watching loads of YouTube. And I was like, I hate being on camera, and I hate talking to camera, and I hate being like it scares the living daylights out of me. And I was like, but it seems like I could do it. I just need to you know, push myself and just work out that it'll be shit, and we'll just get it better. We'll just make it better all the time, like a little bit better every day, you know?
Yeah, I think it's
even this, I can tell that I'm fidgeting now, and it's annoying me, and it must be annoying people watching this. I know that I'm fidgeting, and it's just like in my head I'm saying sit still, because it's like, I see it's annoying, right? So all those little things are just like in your head you just go through, you know? So and I was like right, I'll just start putting some content out on YouTube and Instagram. And I wanted to grow my, because I started watching a few people on YouTube, and they were like, build your personal brand, build it separate to what your main brand, and have that as your personal brand. And that's what I was like, right, I'll start doing that. It seems like a good idea. I can put all the content out that I was telling this kid, and all the stuff that I've been telling loads of other DJs that have sort of knocked into me backstage at festivals and wherever, you know?
Yeah.
So I started doing that. I did that. When did I must have started that 2017. And then I started doing that in January. I did it for pretty much a year, just put out loads and loads of free content.
I think I bumped into you at the Big Chill Bar, or one of the bars in Brick Lane opposite Club 1001.
Yeah.
And you had one of your, like, you know, sort of mentor students there. And I just thought it was just great, because it's such a murky industry. And to have someone like you with all that knowledge, like you said, steering, even if it gets perfected a bit more each time and the new group gets the better version, I still think it's a huge leg up for people, because you can just save a lot of time. You can benefit from someone's wisdom like yours. And yeah, I think it's just wonderful. So how many students do you think you've had, and did you notice that you're getting them internationally? Is there one particular country?
No, yes. So at the end, that was the end of 2018. I went, right, I'm gonna take on 10 people. In fact, no, I went to ADE in October, and I basically said at ADE, right, I'm gonna do a day. I normally go to ADE and spend 3 days running around like a blue-ass fly, and not achieving everything I want to achieve, but just kind of, I was like, right, I'm going to switch it up that year. I can't remember what year it was. I'm going to do a day of just meeting to DT, and then I'm going to do a day where I just say, right, if you want to come and sit and ask me questions, I'll take as many as I possibly can. And like 25 people booked in for 15-minute slots. So I did 25 in one day. And firstly, never do 25 people in one day. It's absolutely knackering. Never do 25 interviews in one day. It's ridiculous.
Right.
It's not possible to do. Like, I literally forgot to put myself a lunch break in and tea breaks, and like I literally sat there back to back 15 minutes every 15 minutes for like hours and hours, and I was knackered, and I literally was like, oh. But I got through them all, and everyone went away and kind of was like, I'd answer like so many different questions, and at the end, and there was no one stumped me, and I was like, again, at the end of the day, I was like, I know a lot of shit. Like, I've just sort of kind of covered a lot of people, a lot of these artists. And I was like, right. Then another month went on, and I went, right, I'm going to take on 10 students to kind of work with me. And like 250 people signed up instantly. And I was like, you know, wow. So we took on 20 of those 250. And that kind of really kick-started it. Like, yeah, I've got two people from that are still with me now, and that was probably 3 years ago.
Wow.
And that was doing one-to-one, and that kind of grew up. Like, I've had probably about 300 people through one-to-one.
That's amazing.
And then, but that just gets, there's a ceiling point with that. There's a ceiling point where you can there's only so far you can go with that. Like, and then I started seeing people doing courses. So last October, I basically paid out a load of cash to do a course, to teach me how to make courses, and I did that. And then basically, just before Christmas, I put on sale my first course, and I sold out 22 spaces of the 20 spaces I put on sale.
Wow.
It made back the money, like literally for the course, for my original course, my course, and plus. And then that got all like 10 out. Like I ran that live through January, February, March of this year.
That's it.
And like between 8s and 10 out of 10s, and like really great feedback, really good testimonials, amazing response. Like so many people have leveled up so much since it. Like we normally have a Wednesday, like normally now we'd have a Wednesday group call every week for them to kind of just check in and see what's going on. I haven't got this because I've got kids and half term, but next week it's back on as normal, and it runs every week for them, and it's no extra fee for them. It's just part of their package. Part of the buying of the course is they get, you know, there's a 2-hour slot where they can just check in and go, hi, I'm going this, or I've got this release, and can you remind me what this was about, or can you remind me how to do this, and like forever basically. Then I did I took another 15 on through March, June and July this year, and again they're all giving me amazing feedback. So that's 35 people who are through my course this year as well. And then literally next week we're going to start the intake for the third intake of the course.
So is that, I was going to ask what's on the horizon for you. So that's obviously one component. Is there anything else that's in the works?
Do you know what? It's just like the next few months is going to be just like getting people. There's going to be a sign up process for my course for the next maybe 30 days after starting probably next week, probably till the end of September, and then the course will probably start mid-October. I just need to finalize dates, but I'll do that next week. Twitch, I stream 60 hours a month at least till the end of October.
Wow.
I might bring it back. I might drop it down after October because what I'm doing with them changes. But I'll still be doing probably at least probably 40 hours a month, probably or somewhere around 35 hours a month. Like I'll definitely drop it down from 60 because 60 has been quite intense.
Yeah.
But the deal I had with them because I basically got signed up by Twitch at the beginning of in the middle of April as a creator. So they kind of brought me on and the platform. They made me a partner at the highest level. They've put me on the front page of the whole of the website. So, and we've had some like mega I've had 12,000 people watching me in my like literally talking in my shed in my back garden, which is insane. Like and doing interviews to 12,000 people and like 200,000 views on a video in like 24 hours. It's like, yeah, incredible. And that was happening all at the same time. Like I literally was starting second run of my course and started live streaming, learning how to live streaming and learning how to live stream on Twitch at the same time in May, which is again tiring, but
amazing.
You just push, don't you? Like flip.
Yeah. You know what? As someone said to me the other day, most people did nothing in lockdown, and I was thinking, I think I never was busier. So I don't know. I agree with you. I just think people, like, I was looking for opportunity. You sound like you just stepped up, and probably more people fell in your lap because they were all at home and needing things to do, and perfect time to upskill and level up when you know you don't have to balance other work, and people may be furloughed or looking to upskill to be more employed in a different area. So amazing. I think what you're doing is amazing. So do people just find you under @data_transmission on most platforms? Or
do you know what? So for like actually data transmission, so as I said earlier, there's two things. Like there's data transmission, which is basically the website. We talk about music. We talk about doing interviews with artists. We talk about a lot about music. We've got some big channels on SoundCloud. We've got a growing channel on YouTube, which I started again last October. We have big playlists on Spotify, and then we literally cover house, techno, drum and bass, jungle, disco, and then all of that stuff, coursey stuff and interviews is on my channels at Grahame Farmer.
At Grahame Farmer. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to post that in the bottom of this interview so people can check you out, and put a link when we do this on our Instagram during the festival. So I'll be sure to put that also in our newsletter, and I'm updating our website, so you'll be one of our kind of featured supporters under the sponsors page, because it's just so great to have your support. Hopefully in 2022 we'll be back for real, live and direct in Ibiza. We've been doing, you know, in conversations with S Paradise and Heart. Cool. So I'm just so itching to get back there. And now, like through lockdown too, we've been able to reach far more people, bizarrely, by doing our festival on Instagram from
Nice.
far-flung places, as far as, you know, Saudi Arabia, India, and like, you know, in a way it's sort of been a catch-22 of benefit and, you know, sad to not be there in person. Are you going to be doing anything in Ibiza yourselves in future?
Yeah, I was supposed to be speaking at a thing in October, but that kind of got pushed back because of the schedules there. I'm literally for the next few months, I'm not going to many events because I'm just, like I said, I'm trying to do this course, I'm trying to do Twitch. I've also kind of got really sober. I had some last September, like I was saying in the beginning of lockdown, I was hammering the booze and kind of just been a bit out of just being not getting much achieved. But then last September, I did like 3 months up to Christmas and achieved so much. And then just January, February, March, I'm looking at my calendar, by the way, January, February, March, I kind of again did sober, and then had like a week off with my other half's birthday, and then I went sober again through April, May, June, and now I've just since beginning of July, I'm just literally going till as long as I can. Like,
that's great.
You get so much more done. Like, it's so nice. So nice being clear-headed and just everything you want to try and achieve, you can. Like, it's yeah.
I am so with you on that. Well, I don't want to eat in too much to your precious evening time, and this has just been really, really kind of you to share like about your career and all of your incredible different productivity. Now you're making me feel guilty.
No, man, just go for it. Just try and be 1% better every day. That's what I tell all my students. Like, the British cycling team in 2008 won 1 gold medal, and they basically got this new team director on, and they basically said he basically looked at everything they were doing and tried to improve everything by 1%, like literally from like if they'd wash their hands a little bit different or use a different gel for their recovery of their muscles, and it just improved things, and it got them a little bit better every day. Like, and then basically they did that. So then so that was in 2004. So in 2008 they won a host of gold medals because they'd done all this stuff, and then in 2012 they won even more gold medals, and they just become this amazing cycling team because they literally they looked at like the pillows they slept on, were they getting better sleep on this pillow or that pillow, and they A/B tested pillows to see if which one gave better sleep.
Wow.
And then just so all those little 1% just do 1% there every day, and that's all you can do.
What brand of pillow do you have then, Grahame?
Oh, I haven't gone that far.
I haven't tested it.
I haven't gone that far, but the booze thing for me has been like, I've been drinking for 30 years. I'm going to try not for the next however, and see if that's improving things, you know. So
do you know what? Oh my God, I'm so amazed that you said that. I found getting up early and actually sitting silently and doing different meditation techniques has been a huge way of improving my focus and clarity. And I really think if I notice when I've like slip off and have like alcohol or crazy like weekends, I just know I don't have like the same like clarity and effectiveness. And I don't come across, Zoom and all this stuff we're doing online, it makes a real difference. So I'm really with you. I think there's a lot to be said for clear thinking and to get that 1% better. And that's not like, to me, that's not a 1% thing, like giving up alcohol. To me, that's like a, 80% thing. That's huge for people. That's not a simple one. So I really think you're amazing and really flying a flag there. So good on you.
You can cut this. It's called The Unexpected Joy of Being Sober. It's really cool. And it answers so many things for you. Like you're saying, like when you go out and have those little drinks at the weekend, you're sluggish the next week. It's because your body's trying to recover. It's like it takes longer than you think it does because of the dehydration.
Right, and you don't sleep as well. So then you also just like focus in the day. Because your liver. I always used to wake up, and it's because once the alcohol hits your liver, it wakes you up. So you have a broken sleep. You don't get into the deep sleep that you need. I've read a lot about it. I mean, alcohol hasn't been like the biggest bane for me, but if I do have it, I immediately notice it. And when if I film myself, even if it's on Zoom, I see the effects. I just look a little bit shadier and a little bit less like bright, and my eyes look more kind of subdued and everything about it. So I don't know. I really think that's a huge thing, because in the music industry, it's so easy. We don't have those barriers. Everyone's giving you drinks, and it's like a sign of welcome and gesture of respect and friendliness, but actually it's like, oh my God, I've just had like 10 of those.
Yeah, you get, I got a little bit, like I get a bit of anxiety. Like I kind of like, I don't want to go to some events because I know that people will be there and like kind of have a drink, have this, have that. And like I've been to 2 of my friends' houses in the last 3 months who are pretty heavy drinkers, or were pretty heavy drinkers. And I got to one of their houses and he went, I'm not going to be drinking this weekend. I've kind of given it up. I'm giving it up. And I literally went, all my shoulders went, oh, thank God. Because I'd given it up and I didn't want to drink there. I knew kind of went into it thinking it's going to be heavy, got there and it wasn't. I was just like, it's like literally the best weekend like I've had in such a long time, because we literally spent so much time with that person, those people. And because neither of us were drinking and it wasn't heavy and we weren't hungover. We had spent more time there because we didn't wake up on the Sunday morning going, I want to go home, I want my bed. We just sort of spent the whole day there and it was lovely, you know.
Oh my God, I'm proud of you. That's not a 1% thing, you know. That's a huge lifestyle change.
Did you say you get up early?
I tend to get up early, like, you know, sometimes 5, and just sit there in the quiet of the morning. Nice. I find that's the best time.
Nice. I'm in the 5 o'clock club, 5 a.m. club. I get up a quarter to 5 every day. I just kind of give myself that little 50. I want to start at 5, like. So I give myself that little 15 minutes to kind of get downstairs, make a cup of tea, switch the computer on, have, like you say, that little couple of minutes to just kind of sitting, drinking a cup of tea and just a bit of peace, you know.
I just think it brings you a much better day. You know, the days where I kind of have like lie in and then try and get started, I'm just so groggy. And if I'm feeling really like motivated, I'll exercise, because I think also like having a good sweat or doing some running first thing just sets me up. I'm wide awake. That doesn't happen every morning, but I tend to find just sitting there quietly, even just breathing. Some people find the idea of meditation really weird, and I used to, but because I've just practiced just breathing and sitting there quietly, now I can do it a lot more. I like practicing anything. I just find
I run. I'm doing a half marathon on Sunday. I did one last Saturday. 4 weeks after COVID, I did a half marathon, which is pretty cool. And I did my fastest term as well, which is really good. But yeah, I run pretty much. I've done like 900 kilometers this year. And we're trying to do this medal, basically all year medal. It's like from Land's End to Toronto Groves virtually, and it's like 1,400 kilometers. So we're nearly there, 500 to go by the end of the year.
Oh my God.
Yeah, then next year I'm going to do it. I'm thinking about doing a triathlon, but we'll see.
Oh my God. Now you're making me feel extra guilty. You're too productive and too fit. I'm not doing the fitness 1%, but I think for my 1% tonight, we'll try a different pillow.
Yeah, just just think about everything you do. Like I say, the British cycling team, they looked at everything. They said they A/B tested different gels to see which ones would help their muscles recover quicker, and like which different shorts, and like literally everything in their life. So just look at everything you're doing and then say, right, well, how can I do that bit better? Like I actually because for my live stream we have some stupid stuff that goes on, and I actually text my assistant earlier about we've got a disco ball it's a disco ball planter for putting plants in, but we haven't got the plants. We turned it upside down and put a captain's hat on it, and he's now called Captain Planter. And so I texted the assistant earlier and said, I think we need to have a meeting about Captain Planter. I mean, he needs some enemies, and he needs to kind of have a more of a narrative in our live stream. I think we need to have a meeting about Captain Planter. And I just got this text back going, I can't believe I love that we're having this is a work conversation.
Oh my God, that is great. Well, now I want to see Captain Planter. Well, I'll be sure to join in on a couple of Twitches, because I found them very interesting myself. And it's good because you send out the email to say when you're going live. That's what prompts me. So yeah.
Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. On twitch.tv/Grahame Farmer. And so yeah, we've got literally Mondays and Wednesdays are like A&R sessions. We have interviews. I interviewed an OBE last month. We spoke about diversity. We talk about like literally we do social media stuff. We listen to demos. What else happens on there? We do big interviews. I've got some big interviews coming up in September. I've got some amazing people coming in September. Keep an eye on my social media, but we're going to do it. I think of the whole thing soon. Yeah, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Fridays we play new music all afternoon. We literally say, right, if you've got a track out that day, it's like an old school record store vibe. Like we literally get people to submit tracks on a Friday morning, they have to be out that day, and we literally play them in the afternoon and go. And then people are like buying them in the chat. And they go, "Oh, I like this one. I'm going to go buy it." And they're like, "Or I'm going to stick this in my playlist," and like literally helping these records get more sales and streams. It's wicked.
Oh my God, good tips. Excellent. Well,
Yeah.
have a wonderful evening. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
No, I'm cool. This is fun.
Thanks. We'll have to have a herbal tea when you next come up to London, or I get to Milton Keynes.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
All right, darling.
Honey lemon ginger. That'd be cool.